everyone, this is Nick Rutkowski with Remax in Motion, your investment agent here in Ithaca, New York. If you're looking to get into investment properties, this is definitely one good area to get in. The demand is high, and right now rental rates are going through the roof. So we're here at this property. We are at 353 Warren Road. It's listed by Ken Benedict and Appraisers. If you want to check him out, you can click on his contact information below. And there's also a link to his Facebook page or his YouTube page, wherever he really wants me to link him to. So he was kind enough today to let me into his home and to let me take a look around and to show you guys what a real fix and flip looks like, or at least when you first enter the door. So right now, as you see, we are in the master bedroom. It's a pretty spacious, I would say, for a master bed. You're definitely going to need a lot of updates as far as, say, the floor. The door is going a little bit. You can see on the wall up here that there's definitely going to be needing some drywall to be fixed and definitely some roofing. So when you're looking to purchase a property, like these are some of the smaller projects, but these projects tend to add up more. So you want to kind of take a look when you're going through, just do a nice little scan of the room. Remember in the last video, we talked about looking from the top and then going down. So, you look at the top, you see the ceiling, it's going to need some work, or at least a new paint job at least. But like some good highlights that you can look at too, if you can see the trim and the molding, it all looks pretty good. I mean, this is really good woodwork. So, like, this is a nice highlight that you can keep, as you look through these houses. You want to try to see the highlights, keep the highlights, but you want to get rid of the stuff that needs to be improved upon. So we're just going to continue going through the whole house. As you can see, there's a lot that's going on. One good thing to check out too is if you look, the appliances. Are there appliances? Are there not appliances? In this case right here, what we're looking at, we see a on-demand water heater. This is money right here. My gosh, I mean, I wish all houses had this kind of water heater. You can see it's pretty properly vented out, but if you really want to get a good determinant, you definitely want to get a home inspector, which I'm going to be covering in my other videos. So it looks like you're definitely going to need a washer and a dryer. That's a definite must, but it seems like you have some pretty good space to put that in, so not a lot of rearranging going on. So as we continue on, you're going to notice, you come into the kitchen. Again, you want to look top down at everything. It's going to need some work to be done. But I mean, I've definitely seen a lot worse and a lot better. So, not too bad. One of my nice tips that I like to talk about when you are in a fix and flip is you want to look at the plumbing if you have a chance. I don't know if you can get a good picture of that, but the plumbing looks pretty good, at least right here in this sink. Plumbing can tend to be one of the biggest expenses when you are doing repairs. So you want to keep that in mind, that you have good plumbing. There was copper in there, so copper is a good sign. As you're going to see as we go through this property, you're going to notice that there's going to be different kinds of plumbing, and you're going to have to take that into account when you purchase a fix and flip. So we're coming into the living room and the dining room right over here. As you can see, you have really, really nice hardwood floors. I mean, this is something you could even just stand up and then restain, or I mean, it's even, you can even do, like, if you don't want to do something like that and you want to keep the nice natural color, you can even I would even say just clean the floors, and they should come out relatively decent. But if you're looking to do, again, as a fix and flip, you might want to consider the floors. But I would definitely keep these floors. These are really nice looking original floors. So that's a nice little addition to this. So as you can kind of see also, you see a lot of wood paneling. I don't know if you guys can see in the photos, or in this video, but you see that there's a lot of wood paneling. These guys, they painted it. It actually would not look too bad if it wasn't covered in grime. So probably you could keep this, or if you're really looking to get top dollar, you can probably even get rid of this stuff and put in drywall. So I don't know what's behind here, and I don't really want to script, this isn't my listing. But when I purchase a house, when I look at a house, I definitely want to try to find one of the loose boards so that way you can kind of see what's behind here. So we're going to go up, see what we can do. So going to the staircase, I own a property that has a very, very thin staircase. So when you're looking at fix and flips and it has a second story, take a look at the staircase, because believe it or not, staircases could be the factor that stops people from buying a home. So that's just one thing to also take into consideration as well. So as we come up, we are definitely going to come across our first major plumbing problem, and that's cast iron piping. Now, home inspector can give you the correct condition of how the piping is, but typically I don't like cast iron piping. I prefer PVC. So in my flips or in my construction rehabs that I do, I get rid of this cast piping. That is the first and foremost thing I get rid of. It's going to be very costly, it's going to be very expensive, but it's worth it in the long run. So as we continue on, I'm actually just going to hop over into this room over here. It's not bad looking, I would say. It has a lot of space, and this is one of the big highlights of this house, is the amount of space these bedrooms have. But as you can see, if you look at the floors, there's little parts of the floors that you will have to take into consideration. And, that can be as easy as, taking up the laminate and putting down new hardwood. Or if you really just want to do it quickly, you can literally just take up this quarter round right here, put in new hardwood, and put the quarter round back down. And, you can be all set and all done. But also to keep in mind, the electrical, you definitely want to check that out. Your systems are important in the house, and those systems are your plumbing, your electric, your HVAC, and you definitely want to check your sewage. You want to make sure those lines are all set too, because the last thing you want is a house that has improper sewage. I could tell you horror stories of my own. So that's just definitely one thing you want to take into consideration, your systems. Systems are very important. And I guess as far as the inside of the house, we can go look at the other room as well. So this one, when we walked in here, we kind of noticed something really fishy, and that is the laminate hardwood. So keep in mind, you're going through a house and you see hardwoods, you want to make sure it's actual hardwood and not laminate. A nice little thing that I've noticed as well. So you never really know what's underneath your floors. And if you come over this way, you can get a good look at the roof. The other biggest expense when you are purchasing a property is the roof. So this is the other big thing that you want to check while you're exploring a home. And as you can see, the roof, it looks like it's a membrane roof, definitely a flat roof. So depending on your preference of roof, some people like a flat roof, some people find that flat roofs have troubles. But again, if you're the kind of person that doesn't mind a flat roof and would prefer to own one or to have a house with that, you definitely want to make sure that your home inspector takes a look at this and make sure it checks out correctly. And I don't know if you can see the garage from here, but it definitely looks like you're going to need to replace the garage roof if you choose to, if that's the avenue that you want to take. So a good indication to tell if a roof is good or not is if you see moss. Moss is a good indication that there is at least some debris falling on the roof, causing the moss to grow. And my guess is it's from this tree right over here. Why there's moss coming? It's mostly probably because of the leaves falling on the roof, and over time the moisture just stays on top of the roof, and it tends to grow moss, as you can see. But, all in all, I would say that, you're definitely going to want to get a roofer, definitely have your home inspector check that out. So, pretty much, we just went through this whole house. We're not going to show the outside of the house just because for time purposes and because it's definitely something that, if you want to see on your own, you definitely want to talk to the lister or talk to an agent like myself so that way we can get you guys in. But just for privacy purposes, we're not going to show the outside of the house. But it definitely will need a little bit of rehab done. And maybe in another video I can show you guys the outside. I didn't get permission from the lister to show the outside of the house. He was only giving me permission to show the inside, which is okay. Not a big deal. So, in conclusion, if you're looking for a fixer-upper, this would probably be, in my book, probably one of the best fixer-uppers, at least in Ithaca, I would say. The location is prime, and it has very good flow. I think this house has very good flow as far as going from master bedroom to the kitchen, into the dining room, and then you have some pretty spacious rooms. So there's a lot of awesome potential here, and if you do it correctly, you can actually end up with a lot of value add by the end of the day. So, and then going off that as well, I can do a whole nother video on value add and how value is added to a property when you fix that. But for now, for those of you that are looking into properties and just kind of getting your feet wet, I would say properties in this kind of condition are definitely the kinds of properties that you want to look at for doing your first flip or if you're doing your second flip. So that is pretty much all I have for today. So again, I'm Nick Rutkowski. I'm an investment agent here in Ithaca, New York. And if you're looking to get into investments or if you're looking to further lengthen your portfolio or if you're looking to liquidate some of your properties, give me a call. I work in Tompkins County, Cortland County, and sometimes Onondaga County, depending on the call and depending on the client. So give me a call today. If you want, I have a link down to my website at the bottom right here at www.throughtheroofhomes.net. And again, just if you want to, you can like, comment, and give me your feedback. I love your guys' feedback. You guys are doing a good job telling me how my videos are and how I am doing as an educator in real estate investing. So I guess that's all for today, and stay tuned for my next video. Again, I'm Nick Rutkowski, and happy investing!